All right, my lovely little flames. Hopefully you are all doing well on this Tuesday, August 24th. We are tonight is the first week of a 2-week stream of Destiny, but it's kind of broken up because next week we are going dark the entire week actually in support of the Twitch Do Better campaign and the A Day Off Twitch protest. In fact, I don't know who was in chat when I did it, but if you saw the fact that I just banned somebody, that's one of those hate raid bots. So, like, legitimately and seriously, before we get into anything else tonight, like, I just want to make a very big point about the fact that, like, Twitch as a platform right now is not okay. Like, there are tools and third-party things that Twitch didn't develop that we can use to kind of protect ourselves in some regards, but the fact of the matter is Twitch isn't doing shit about any of this. Just constant platitudes and we'll do better and bullshit like that while people are getting hate rated and follow botted on the daily. Like it's and harassed black streamers, people of color, queer streamers, trans streamers like myself. So yeah, I'll be banging on about this every stream this week too. But next week we are dark the entire week because I don't normally stream on the day that protest is taking place. But I highly urge you on September 1st to don't go on Twitch at all, don't interact with the platform, don't watch anything, just stay off of Twitch. Even as a viewer, just stay off of Twitch on September 1st. Like some people are doing sub off Twitch. I'm not doing that. I understand some people can't do that because of livelihoods and things like that. But like that shit's not okay. Like it's not okay at all. And so like that's my piece on that. So well thank you. Thank you, Velvet. I appreciate that. So as far as tonight's stream, we're gonna watch the reveal. Which is I think a little over 30 minutes. So we're just gonna rewatch the reveal. I've already seen it today, but I want to see it again with you guys because I only have hazy memories of it between like trying to get away from watching it at work, and so I know like some of it I don't. But I want to go over it again with you guys. We'll go over the patch notes for this season, and we'll go over the Bungie security report and the little info card thing they put up for the start of the season today. Um, and then we'll get straight on into Season of the Lost, which I haven't started. I have not started Season of the Lost at all today. All I did was make sure that I logged in on my PlayStation to keep my Bungie name the same that I've been using. So, like, I actually don't know anything about what's going on. I have ideas, I have theories. It'll be nice to see if I'm right or not. But yeah, we are gonna get right on into it, I think. Excited giggling. Story incoming. Okay, okay. So I'm gonna see. Hopefully, I did this setup right. I don't normally do these kinds of like desktop videos and things like that. So this will be interesting. I'm hoping the next time there's a reveal like this, um, I can get the day off and we can go through it live like a normal channel. Um, the other thing is I did manage to get my hands on a collector's edition of Witch Queen. And so when that arrives later this year, early next, oh, it's February of 2022 is when it launches. So when we get it next year, I will do the live unboxing, and you all can hold me to that too. I'll do the live unboxing of the Witch Queen collector's edition on stream for you guys. But we are gonna get right on into it. So let's see, did I do this right is the question. Okay, good. That's the right panel for this. All right, and if there's like a loud ad, I do apologize. This is just the archive from Bungie on their Twitch account. So let's go. Oh, there isn't. Nice. Perfect. All right. So, one thing I will always say is their art is fantastic.
We're celebrating our journey with you, whether you joined us 30 years ago or if it just started today. This game is in our blood.
I will never forget flying over the Traveler like that.
Destiny fans. Folks who came here because Destiny was their favorite hobby. Folks who log out from work in the evening and log in to play with their clan.
The team we have today is committed to relentlessly upgrading this game that we all love. We aren't happy with just another mission. Instead, we want to push the limit of quality you can expect in an action MMO with uniquely Destiny experiences like Expunge and Presage. We are committed
Expunge and Presage were one of the best things that they have ever made.
And having the best feeling action game, period.
Like, I fully...
And it shows through in the passion that we see for Destiny 2. Since we declared independence
I fully have to admit that,
the
like,
Destiny community has
Presage,
grown by
seriously
over 20
one of
million
the best
new players,
things they have
and it continues to go faster than we
made.
ever could have predicted. We're grateful to be a part of this amazing growing community that you all have created. You represent Destiny. You help make it better every year, and you are so welcoming and supportive of every new Guardian that sets foot in the tower.
And only a handful of us are going to be up here today. Most of them
So,
are in their homes,
like,
at their desks.
Bungie knows how to make a Vidoc. Like, I will say that
it's a huge honor
wholeheartedly.
representing such an incredible team and introducing the next chapter of Destiny 2. So, without further ado, this is the Witch Queen.
All right. Oh, yeah. No, this looks like some straight up horror movie shit.
Is a funny thing. Does it live in the world? Or in the mind? Is it constant? Or can it be bent?
Love all the symbols and, like, those are all alchemy symbols, by the way, if nobody knew that. Like, all those symbols on the armor and that handgun and that sidearm, those are all alchemy symbols.
No greater power. Tell me, little lights. What is your truth now?
Oh, yeah. Holy shit. The fact that we're getting, like, fucking Hive, like, light-using Hive as a fucking... as a enemy race, like, that's insane to me. That is absolutely insane. You got a Nova Warp, you got Arc, you've got looks like Arc Strider, Blade Barrage.
Oh my god, James. Savathun is serious. I think she's the most dangerous villain we've faced yet.
7 years we've been building up to this moment, and she is finally stepping into the spotlight and showing us who she really is. What we know about light and darkness is proving to be way more complex than what we previously thought.
Holy
there
crap,
are so
she
many
looks
lies,
so
truths,
imposing
and
too.
revelations that we're going to get to in the Witch Queen and the year leading up to it. I mean, we're paying off these narrative threads that go all the way
She
back
looks
to
more
Destiny's
imposing
origins,
than I think
and we're supporting
Oryx
it with the
does
best
or
content
did.
that Destiny has to offer.
Oryx was
Definitely. And we've got
imposing,
a
but
lot of
she
awesome content to show today.
she
Let's
looks
start with
like
the most
just
mysterious
straight up
destination
on
yet.
a different
Savathun's
level.
throne world. This is an uncharted wonderland of secrets and lies. It's this place that she's created in her own image, this surreal and majestic, light-blessed world. She has this castle that she rules from. It overlooks
That's
this
like some
dark, swampy
Mordor
underbelly
shit going
with this
on. I
lone
love
pyramid
it.
ship out there. It's the
Definitely
future
some
world
Mordor
she
style
wanted to
shit that
create,
is
built atop
amazing.
the darkness that she left behind.
And Throne Worlds, they're a deep part of Destiny lore. Powerful entities create these pocket universes, and when we're there, We have to play by their rules.
But now, our own light powers are being used against us. I mean, she has this whole army of Hive that she's ascended to the light and brought along with her. These are the Hive Guardians, and they are the backbone of her new army.
They look
We've talked a lot.
terrifying.
Let's show a little. Let's take the first ever look at the Witch Queen gameplay.
They are terrifying looking.
Savathun, the Witch Queen. Hive god of cunning and
Is
lies.
fucking big lady. Big lady.
After the death of her brother Oryx, Savathun went into hiding.
I think it may
Not
be
out of
even
fear,
more
of course.
beautiful than the Dreaming City.
But out of strategy.
And also terrifying.
In her greatest trick yet, stealing our most sacred resource.
Oh my lord.
The one thing we thought she could never touch. The light.
I wonder if the light is like replaces the worm. That isn't all of the Hive. No, but oh, the glaive. Yeah, no, the glaive looks like that looks like a lot of fun. Like a first-person melee weapon is great. If we have to do like a ghost crushing finisher every time we beat a Hive Guardian, like that's gonna be
I cannot
awesome.
wait just to reach out and just crush a Hive Ghost in my hand.
Yeah, I mean, we've been defined by the light for so long. This is uncharted territory for us. I mean, we're in strange new places. Like, the throne world is haunting, but it's gorgeous.
It's beautiful. There's a lot to love. There's a few things we saw in the trailer that we haven't talked about yet.
Savathun and her Lucent Brood. This is the biggest threat Guardians have faced yet, so we need to find new weapons to match their power.
Yeah, no, the glaive.
The glaive.
Looks amazing.
I love this thing. It's brutal and elegant. It's this new energy weapon with melee abilities, mid-range projectiles, and defensive capabilities. It's our first ever first-person melee weapon, and it is such an awesome tool for the battlefield.
That just looks so good. Like
The
I
glaive
don't
feels so
even.
good. Just jump in and unleash
I
these
can't even
brutal melee
describe how
combos and
crazy
transition
that's
right
probably
to an
going to
energy
use.
blast. It's really powerful and has a lot of utility.
So, we've told you
It
about
kind
what
of
the glaive
reminds me
can
of
do.
the staff
Now let's
from
talk
like
about how you're going to get your
Stargate.
hands on one. These weapons don't come out of chests at the end of missions, and you're not going to find one roaming around the throne world. Your first glaive is not going to be found. It's going to be built.
Yes, weapon crafting is
Yeah,
coming
no,
to
weapon
Destiny
crafting
2.
is the
Now,
fact that we're
chasing
doing
weapons
weapon
has been an
crafting is
integral part of
nuts.
the Destiny Pursuit game since the beginning. And over the years, we've added more deterministic paths to get the rolls that you want on guns. Think things like Umbral Engrams and the Raid Chest.
Weapon crafting unlocks the freedom to choose all that and more. It gives us ultimate control over the guns. Now, this is a combat-focused crafting and progression system. That means the more you use these weapons, the more objectives you complete with them, the more you'll level them up, and the more powerful they grow over time. And at launch, here's the awesome thing. You'll be able to
I don't know
craft
how it's gonna
all
work.
Throne World weapons, new raid weapons, and the seasonal weapons. There's just a ton of stuff to do in this system.
But-
And the Witch Queen
Oh,
is
they
just
just
the beginning of
look-
weapon crafting. We have plans to add
It
more
looks
craftable
so
weapons,
good,
both
and I
legacy
hope
and new throughout the year.
I
We've
hope
seen and we've talked about
that like when you craft weapons. Oh, here we go. Here's the Bungie ad. There we go. Got a good old Bungie ad. Well, ad on Bungie's channel.
It was a night
like-
before breakfast when suddenly Austin craved eggs.
Well, we
and
have a
bacon.
second. Like,
In the
just
toasted
talk about
breakfast
weapon
burritos
crafting.
he'd
Like,
eat when he
what
awakened.
in the hell is
The
that even
party
gonna
was
look
turning up,
like?
but Darren decided to
Like,
wind down.
Is
Because
it
sleep
our
was a
guns? Are we
one-way
gonna be able to
ticket to
customize
toasted
how they
breakfast
look?
burrito town.
Like, is
So
it that
when
we can
Alex
like get
received that
a
late-night
base
text,
gun to drop
she thought
and then
about
like
breakfast.
craft
She
a
ghosted
better
her
one?
ex. Toasted breakfast
It looks
burritos
like
in here.
like
Go
this.
to
I believe
bed,
this.
sleep
They're
well.
gonna say
The
something
sooner
about
you
how
sleep,
like
the sooner
it's
you'll
currently
get
just Throne
one.
World,
Only at
Raid,
Taco
and
Bell.
Glaive.
Fun.
But like,
If you say candy 5 times while
I
looking in the
have
mirror,
no
he
idea
appears and
like
kills
what
you.
this is gonna look like.
I think I made a mistake.
Other than that, it's gonna be probably batshit crazy, and I hope we can like make broken ass guns. Like I hope
A
I
lot
can
of really cool
craft
features,
something
but
with
let's
like
get
outlaw
right into
kill
the meat
clip
of it.
instead of
Let's
having
talk
to
about
like
the Witch Queen
endlessly farm for it. The campaign I'm also excited
love
about.
Campaigns. They've always been a cornerstone of the Destiny experience. They're rich, deep stories interwoven with big combat sequences and memorable characters. They take us to remote worlds in our ever-changing universe. And so we're putting extra care into the campaign for the Witch Queen. We want you to feel those goosebumps when you step onto the throne world for the first time and come face to face with Hive Guardians.
See, I have
every
a
one of the
theory.
missions has its own unique fantasy. Like, what does it feel like to storm a castle or just go straight into the depths of hell?
If
I
you like
have a
games with
theory
standalone
that
campaigns like Doom,
maybe
Titanfall
yeah,
2,
since I'm talking about
God of
Doom,
War,
Titanfall
and Halo,
campaigns,
then the Witch Queen is for you.
like I hope that combined with this
So,
statement
in
here,
addition to our classic normal mode, Legendary is our tougher, aspirational version of the campaign, where the enemies hit harder.
I hope this means
and
that it's going to be
respawning
like
is
a
heavily
separate
restricted.
campaign.
So every battle is a gut
Like, I
punch.
hope it's a separate
Every
campaign
boss is a worthy
outside of
adversary.
multiplayer space.
It's gonna hurt. You
Because they
might
mentioned
tap out,
Doom
but if
and
you
Halo
persist
and
and you get to
Titanfall,
the end, your time
like,
will be
I
well rewarded.
super
Whether you want to
hope
play solo or with a fire team,
that, like,
the difficulty will scale based on how many people you
it's-
bring.
I
Before
hope
we
it's
go,
just a
one last trip
separate
down memory lane.
start to
I
finish
remember
campaign.
camping out the Predator for Destiny
Because
1.
I think that would
I
be
just had to
fucking
have the ghost.
amazing.
To me, it was like the
I feel
symbol
like
of
it'd be
Destiny.
great.
And if you care about that stuff like me, you're going to want to get your hands on the collector's edition because you're going to get a Hive buddy to go up on the shelf with it.
Yeah, this part I did catch in its entirety, and I got this fucking collector's edition. Like I don't care what else comes with the collector's edition. Seeing this, I decided that there was no way in hell I wasn't gonna get it. Like that is just so badass
Wow,
looking.
that was so cool.
Oh,
I'm
man.
so excited for this one. And that's not even everything that's in there too.
I know. Those are the hero items, and they're, I think, one of the best ones that we've ever done. Collector's editions have always been like this really perfect jumping point to enter the worlds that we build and actually lifting like in-world objects and
I
putting
love
them
how
in
you can
players'
see
hands
them
is just,
like
it's just a
filming
good
the
feeling.
thing.
We don't just
Like,
put random
how
items.
their
Everything in there
camera
means something.
setup
and
worked
it
for
helps
that.
push the narrative.
Like
and there might
filming
be some puzzles
physical
to
items
unlock
like
in
that,
there as well.
that is one hell of an art form. I do wonder what puzzle that little base station for the Ghost has.
So at this point, you can see Savathun has been one of our greatest
We
threats,
all know
operating behind the scenes for years.
You may have heard of her brother, the Taken King, but
And it's
Savathun
Morse
is the
code.
most dangerous being we've ever faced. She's
Like,
cunning,
I wonder
elusive,
what
she
the
works in the
Ghost
shadows,
base will
so
have
in a way,
for
Savathun
its
is new to all of us.
puzzle.
Exactly, and now it's time to finally see this legend reveal herself and change the Destiny universe forever.
But when we talk about the overarching story of Destiny, we don't just mean the plot lines or characters that feature release to release.
Narrative is a guiding force in Destiny, and we're calling on its rich history of world building, bringing that to the forefront and growing it in a bold new direction. So when you join the game today, you'll experience an immediate call to action alongside millions of your fellow Guardians.
During this past year, we watched the results of your actions play out across Destiny's seasonal releases. You've redeemed old foes, brought former
Bro
enemies to the bargaining
is
table,
probably
learned
my
that there's
favorite
always more than
character
one
in
side
Destiny
to every
now.
story, and built alliances no
Crow,
one ever
Mithrax,
thought
and
possible.
Sync
And on the
14
largest
are probably
scale,
just
you'll
the
experience
best
a vast,
that we
living,
have right now, I
interconnected
think.
world of stories that's striving to
And
a greater
they're
end.
fucking amazing. I love them so much.
You'll experience this alongside a massive community of Guardians, release after release, together. This is our universe's cosmic purpose. This 10-year journey we've been on since Destiny 1, it's drawing to its dramatic conclusion. The Light and Darkness saga will end. But make no mistake, Destiny 2 will not. We're building not so much to an ending, but more to this transformative moment for Destiny 2's future.
Last year, we announced the Witch Queen and the following expansion, Lightfall.
And now we're excited to announce the release after Lightfall, the final chapter in the Light and Darkness saga, Destiny 2, the final shape. It's going to be one
the
wild,
final
continuous
shape?
ride.
Yes.
Like that has
And that
so
ride
many
starts
lore
with Season of the
implications.
Lost.
Like I
Not
can't
only is it the
I can't even
prologue to the Witch
describe
Queen,
like
it's
just
your
how
first opportunity to
lore
interact
heavy
with
that
Savathun.
one
But rather than
sentence
spoil
is.
it for you, why don't we take a look?
If we are to survive the coming storm, the tower and the dreaming city must stand united. We are surrounded. A ring of spears pointing inward from the edges of our system.
I can't even describe how excited I am to jump into this when we're done going over what we're going to go over here. Like, I am so excited. I don't know anything beyond what we've seen in these trailers. Looks so good.
The pathways of the Ascendant Plane and guide my people back to me. There is a malevolent force at work in this plane.
I love the fact that the Shattered Realm looks almost like something out of like Bloodborne, maybe. The fact that we get what looks like a stasis trace rifle, like, hell yeah, stasis trace rifle is gonna be awesome. I love trace rifles. I enjoy trace rifles a lot. Like, I don't use Ruinous Effigy that much, but it's so fun when I decide to.
Perhaps with them, I can save us all.
See, Petra meeting Crow is something I'm also excited to see, because, like, holy crap.
Seasons have gone through massive transformations.
Petra helped us kill him.
We're dedicated to creating an evolving, interconnected world that puts your Guardian at the center of the action. We're reaching the end of one journey and the beginning of another.
The days of Destiny's biggest story moments happening in lore pages is long gone. I mean, Mara's return has been hinted at forever.
Watching
and now
this
it's
earlier
happening
that
in
they have the
one of the
Black
changes
Power
I'm most
and
excited about
LGBT
are
Pride
the updates to the light
pins on their
subclasses
shirts.
every
I didn't
season
realize
in
that.
year 5 of Destiny 2.
I've seen this live
We're adding
earlier today.
aspects and fragments similar to Stasis. We'll be starting with the Void subclass update that goes live alongside the Witch Queen. But
Hell
the
yeah,
Witch
Witch Queen
is
getting
only the
aspect
beginning of what's
fragments
to
for
come.
light classes?
And Season of the Lost
Like,
is the
that's gonna be
prologue to that story.
amazing.
It starts
Like,
off
I
with
think it's
Marasov's
gonna be
return to the Dreaming
absolutely
City, and with her return, all
bonkers
the
what we can
awoken
do with
technology
things.
comes alive.
But the Hive God of War, Xivu Arath, has reemerged and has Guardians and Mara in her sights. Guardians must forge a path through the Ascendant Plane to save Mara's lost coven of witches before Xivu Arath can reach them. And to aid you in this task, you'll have the Wayfinder's Compass.
The time is at hand. The beacons shine bright and the
Well,
ley
think
lines are
about
set in
think about how many void
Ancient
subclasses
awoken
that is,
artifact
Velvet.
that gives the wielder the
'Cause
power to
there's
uncover pathways,
Three,
secrets, and
there's
treasures
3 void
within the
subclasses
Ascendant
for each
Plane.
character, so that's 9
There's a plethora
new
of new weapons coming,
functionality
including a suite
subclasses.
of legendary stasis guns that will stop your enemies cold.
Oh, that stasis guns look so
The
good.
armor makes you feel like you're a member of Queen Mara's court.
And no season is complete without
Yeah,
new
that armor
exotics.
is,
And
that
Season
armor
of
is
Lost
sick.
features
I
one
may have to
once intended
change
for Ultra.
my PvP look somewhat that I already made for this next season.
Let's take a moment to talk about Trials. So Trials of Osiris is the endgame aspirational PvP activity and more popular than ever. 2 of the biggest asks from our community have been adding anti-cheat and adding matchmaking. In Season of the Lost, we're doing both.
We've partnered with
Yeah, so many
BattleEye to
options,
soft launch
Velvet.
the anti-cheat
Absolutely,
software
so many,
when Trials
Velvet.
goes live on
So many
September
options.
10th. Also, you'll be able to matchmake with groups of players to form fire teams or solo queue by yourself. And we've remixed how rewards are distributed to give all players
Yeah, no,
the
these
opportunity
trials
to earn
updates,
some of
by
the
the way,
best
I think are
weapons
gonna
and
make
coolest
it
armor in the game.
That's right.
so
We're
much
shifting
better
away
for
from
most
winning
people.
matches as a primary way to earn loot, and instead, winning individual rounds and completing matches will allow you to earn some rewards. But Going Flawless hasn't changed. So if you want to flex those PvP skills, the Flawless chest will still be the only place to earn adept Trials weapons and unique cosmetics.
Yeah,
All right,
no,
so
I'm
the
never
next
gonna go
chapter in
flawless,
Destiny begins
but
right after this stream with Season of the Lost.
We'll see-
Return
we'll
to
see
the
what
Dreaming City with
happens.
Marasov and learn the mystic art of wayfinding.
I'm so excited crossplay is going live today.
And today is your
Yeah,
first
crossplay
opportunity
is also
to jump
live.
into Destiny with friends on any
which means we
platform
can play
from
with
all over
anybody.
the world, playing
Super
together.
easy. Which means playing stuff with you guys on stream is gonna get infinitely easier. Like, absolutely infinitely easier. Just gonna show my heart like right away with the one clip. God, I remember I remember sitting and booting up Destiny 1 the first time and watching that opening cutscene. Like,
We love our new apartment.
holy
Plenty of
crap.
parking, big closet.
There's too much pressure.
More ads. Yay, because I'm not subbed to Bungie's
Good luck
channel.
with the future in-laws tonight.
Oh well.
Don't overthink it.
But don't underthink
But no,
it.
like, just on the topic of
Don't
that
talk about
opening
your cover band.
cutscene
Don't talk
of
about
the
your fantasy
rains, the
team.
first
Don't
rains
talk
on
about your
Mars, like, that
gonna do great.
will forever
Geico
be
makes bundling
burned
our
into
renters
my
and car
memory
insurance easy.
of
We do save a
Destiny.
lot of money.
Because I
Oh, boy.
got
Where are you
Destiny
going for
1
dinner? 1987?
with
For
an
bundling
Xbox
made easy,
One,
go to
which is why I don't have any of the
geico.com.
veteran dialogue,
Upgraded
which is
axe with
upsetting a
dual-action
little bit.
technology. Bust odor,
But I got it at
smell
midnight, and I
irresistible.
camped out, me and two of my friends camped out in my friend's living room, and this was like me at age, like, 22, or whatever.
The new axe effect.
Like, and them at, like, you know, late 20s, early 30s. And we just camped out all week in his living room and played the ever-loving crap out of this game. Like, Destiny is, I can't even describe it. And that cutscene just, God, just makes me so emotional. This 30-year Bungie anniversary thing, I'm so excited for.
That's my first team.
Halo 2.
She's washing away all my cares.
As a company that prides itself on taking care of its employees and their significant others and their communities and those who are in need, it's pretty devastating as we look at the racism in
Yo,
America.
Neff Naps.
And, our intention is
Thank you
to
for
do better
joining the Foxfire
and to leave the
Circle.
world in a better
Hopefully you're
place.
doing all
We want to
right.
be a part of that social change. Fuck racism.
Yeah,
We don't
no,
just stop
that
with the games
that
that
line
we
being
make,
included in here,
but
that
we really
fuck
utilize
racism line,
the successes that we've seen
like,
to
absolutely
be able to give
needed
back
to
in an
be
even
said.
greater capacity that spans
No matter how many
beyond,
fanboys
just
get
the
pissy
gaming
about
industry.
Bungie talking about politics in my video games, fuck them. Like, the fact that Bungie stands against racism, hate speech, homophobia, transphobia, like, they are probably, of all the game companies I can think of, they're probably the only one I can think of right now that doesn't make me kind of want to throw up in my mouth a little bit because of how fucked up they are.
This game is going to single-handedly destroy my social life, and I can't wait.
Yeah, Destiny didn't destroy my social life, though. It gave me an even bigger, better one.
All right, Guardian. Time to kick him where it hurts.
Oh, man. That jumping out, I think it was Halo 2 where you brought the Covenant back their bomb, I think still is one of the best moments in all of Halo. That moment, with Cade riding that fucking thing down, like, definitely top 5 moments of Destiny 2. Like, absolutely top 5. Bro, my sweet boy. Oh yeah, Galahorn coming back. That's gonna be absolutely just amazing.
This is great. Anyone want a hug? Hugs? No? No hugs.
Yeah, they probably regret not giving you that hug now, don't they, Cade? But, you know, it is what it is.
How do you follow that? Wow, 30 years. And I remember when Halo first launched, and my friends and I completed the entire campaign in a single epic play session. And as the credits rolled, I knew that Bungie had transformed console gaming forever, and that I would be a lifelong fan.
Yeah, it changed how we played games too. I remember getting together with friends for Halo weekend LAN parties.
Yeah,
We had
Halo
so
LAN
much
parties
fun.
were a thing.
And 30 years of Bungie games is something special. It's something worth celebrating together. So we're gonna have a party in Destiny 2.
Yo,
Starting
hey,
this December, we
Ashlet.
are launching the Bungie 30th Anniversary Celebration
No,
in
this
Destiny
isn't
2.
live.
Free for all players.
It was
the 30th
live
Anniversary
earlier
Celebration
today,
will offer a new 6-player matchmade
but
activity,
I wasn't able to stream
secrets
it to you
unravel,
guys
and
because I didn't
rewards
take the
that
day off
commemorate
because I'm
our
an
long
idiot.
and storied history together.
But this is
And that's
kind of
just
the
the
tail
beginning.
end of it.
In addition to the free event, players can also purchase
but
the
we'll
Bungie
definitely,
30th
I'll have a
Anniversary
VOD
pack
up
that includes a new treasure-themed
in
three-player
a day or
dungeon
two. Otherwise,
set
you
on
can watch the
Cosmodrome
VOD
within the
directly
fabled
from
Blue
Bungie's
Cave.
Twitch, which
Players
I
will plunder
highly
its depths
recommend
to discover
watching.
an
It is
exciting
so
new
good.
Thorn-inspired armor set and fan-favorite Destiny
That-
1 weapons
that
like
Thorn
Luna
armor,
and Thousand Year
Eyes
Stare.
Luna,
It even has
Thousand
the
Year
Claymore
Year
sword for
Stare.
Purchase in the pack
Like, there's
unlocks
so
a
many
range
cool
of
things that are
awesome
showing up,
Bungie-themed armor ornaments and cosmetics
thanks to the
to collect,
Bungie
including
20th
ornament sets
30th
inspired by the
anniversary
Bungie
event.
30th Anniversary Celebration and Marathon.
Like, it's gonna be
But
absolutely
the dungeon holds one more
fantastic.
secret. The crown jewel of its weaponry is a Destiny 1 classic. Gjallarhorn is making its long-awaited debut in Destiny 2.
We're going to take its iconic status
Oh,
to the
my
next
lord.
level. Galley has been carefully updated for the Destiny 2 sandbox.
So, this December, join your friends and collect exclusive
Yeah,
rewards
Gjallarhorn,
during the
I
Bungie
never
30th
had.
Anniversary
The fact that I
Celebration.
can
But the
potentially
party
get a
isn't only
Gjallarhorn
happening
now
in Destiny 2.
makes
We've
me
partnered with
so
Nerf Limited
freaking
to create
happy.
a functional, dart-firing Gjallarhorn. We'll have more on that soon.
And that's not all. Here's a look at some of the incredible loot we've made over the years and a sneak peek of what's coming up.
Yeah, I looked at the price of that Fallen Captain statue they're about to show.
Wow, Lorraine, I
As
can't
much as
believe
I
we're
want it,
celebrating Bungie's
I
30th
can't
anniversary.
justify
30 years.
spending
It's incredible.
$400
I mean, think
on
of
a
all the
statue.
games and products that have
But if I
come
could,
out
I
over
would.
these years.
Yeah,
It is
sorry, Operation
absolutely
Desert Storm,
gorgeous.
Pathways into Darkness, Marathon, Myth, Oni, Halo, and Destiny. 7 years of
I have that
Destiny.
Drifter. I
It's
have
an
that
amazing
Drifter
journey.
statue.
So
I got
excited.
it as a
You know,
gift.
we have a lot of really cool stuff coming up and a lot of other things in the works, of course, as always. But
Yeah.
I mean, what do we have? We have the Fallen Captain statue.
Yeah, that
which
Fallen
is
Captain
incredible.
statue
And then
looks
we have
so
the
good.
helmet, Celestial Nighthawk
That thing
helmet.
is so cool.
Yeah, and my favorite, the Arcadia jump ship.
Yeah, I get goosebumps just thinking about that. You know, it really gives me that nostalgia from Destiny 1. And so I think
Yeah,
it's a great way to
if
we're
I could
gonna
afford it,
celebrate
I
not
would
only
definitely
Bungie's
probably pick up that
30-year
Arcadia jump
heritage,
ship.
but the 7-year heritage of Destiny.
Yeah.
And it definitely gives you the feels.
Bungie makes such good IRL loot. Like, they make such good things. Also, their camera work is impeccable. You know, I don't know. I think
Thank
they
you
do.
for being on this journey with us, whether it started this
think they
year
may have a couple.
or 30 years ago.
We've just started talking about the Witch Queen today. You've got our first peek at weapon crafting, our definitively Destiny campaign, the glaive, and a year full of updates to all our light-based subclasses. All of this and more is coming alongside Savathun's long-awaited arrival front and center to the Destiny universe. The Witch Queen marks an acceleration in our
Plushies are
story,
amazing.
heading
I
towards
love
the
them.
conclusion of the Light and
There's
Dark
nothing
saga.
wrong with
and we're so
collecting
excited for
plushies.
everyone to join us on this epic adventure in the Witch Queen, Lightfall, the final shape, and beyond.
I have a
And
cat
the Witch Queen is
who's
going to
making
kick off
some noise.
another amazing year of Destiny with 4 great seasons packed with all of the narrative, events, and rewards that you've come to expect from us. But there's even more coming next year than just our new seasons. The deluxe edition of the Witch Queen will also include 2 brand new dungeons to be released in 2022.
2 new dungeons.
And we're also going to be remastering another classic Destiny 1 raid and releasing it free for all players.
I wonder
Going
what
forward,
the
starting
new
this
raid, the
December
new
with our 30th
remastered raid
anniversary
is going to
event.
be.
There will be a new piece
My
of
money
raid or
is
dungeon
either
content in the game
on
every 3
Wrath
months.
of the Machine or King's Fall.
In 2022, we will also be adding legacy rotations for raids and dungeons, meaning every week there will be new ways to earn rewards in both the latest and greatest content and raids and dungeons from the past. If you love amazing in-game content, we want to prove that no other game offers more quality and more variety than Destiny 2.
I'm so hyped.
We hope
like,
that
I
you've
can't
enjoyed
even,
a look into the future of Destiny 2.
I can't
Witch
even
Queen
begin
pre-orders
to tell you
are
how
available
hyped I am
wherever you play Destiny.
about
Crossplay is
It's
live
not only the
on
start of
all
this season, which
devices,
we're gonna get to in a
and
little bit,
Season of the Lost
but
kicks off today.
Freaking Witch Queen is
See you
going to
in
be
game.
amazing. Like, I cannot describe how amazing Witch Queen is going to be.
Truth is a funny thing. Who decides what is true? Tell me, little light. What is your truth now?
The Witch Queen is no less dangerous now than she has ever been.
I know it's probably not her,
For what is
but
inevitably
Savathun
to come.
sounds kind of like Judi Dench, if any of you know who that is. She played M in a lot of the Bond movies. All right. Well, that covers the Witch Queen reveal. Like, holy shit. Like, there's so much about Witch Queen that, like, I can't properly express how just amazing it's gonna be. Like, yeah, am I usually a sucker bitch for a hype train? Yes, but I've also enjoyed Destiny 2 and Destiny 1 like every step of the way. Like, so for me, the game has only ever gotten better and better and better and better. So like when people talk about how like Destiny's in a bad place or, you know, the dark times, like to me it's always just been good and then great and then better and then amazing and then wonderful, and it just keeps going. And what I've seen of Witch Queen today makes me feel like we are in great hands. Like I can't even begin. Like I could keep gushing about it, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna be responsible. We are gonna switch over to one more thing here. A couple more things here, and then we'll be good to go diving straight into straight into the Season of the Lost, which we haven't booted up yet. I haven't seen it at all today, so I've been staying off Twitter. Or at least I've been staying away from spoilers, things like that. A couple more things to go over really quickly, just for some housekeeping things in order. Is we have a list of patch notes for this next season I want to go over really quickly. So we've got raids. So Vault of Glass fixed an issue where Conflict Challenge reward chest didn't grant spoils. Fixed an issue in Last Wish where player revives would happen in places you couldn't get to revive them during Riven. Which I can't believe I had my first ever legitimate Riven clear last Friday, and it was just amazing. Like I've never done the legit way before, and it was hard and frustrating, but so worth the time to do. Fixed issue where some players received bird error codes in Last Wish. Deepstone Crypt fixed an issue where players could defeat Atrax by attacking a fallen captain outside of the playable space. Trials of the Nine reprisal weapons will now drop from the Prophecy Dungeon. That is actually not true right now. They did put a tweet out earlier today saying that there's been a bug and they're not dropping from Prophecy, to hold off on doing it for the week. Let's see here. Nightfall. Fnatic has been busy. He's judiciously spawned Overload Chieftains and Unstoppable Abominations, which is terrifying. An absolutely terrifying thought, because I hate Scorn. I can't stand fighting them. The thought that they have champions now is terrifying to me. The announcement that time is running out in Nightfalls and Legend Master Lost sectors are now color-coded, depending on the player's colorblind settings. Strikes. 2 new disadvantage modifiers have been added to the Vanguard Strike playlist for Season 15 only. Added 2 new seasonal advantage modifiers to Vanguard Strike playlist. Let's see. Corrupted. Changes some stuff about certain enemy types in Corrupted. Most of it doesn't really matter. Insight Terminus. Changing champion amounts. Hollowed Layer. Fanatics Ravengers now wield stasis sensors instead of solar sensors. That's terrifying, actually. All 3 Dreaming City Lost sectors are available as Legend and Master difficulty. Season 15 has a rotation of 11 Lost sectors available for Legend and Master difficulty. Lost sectors will be on a seasonal rotation moving forward. Scavenger's Den. Boss is now a boss type combatant. Legend and Master Lost sector descriptions. Some tooltip changes. Some UI changes, fixed an issue where Gambit post-game scoreboard would not paginate correctly. Added elements to the Vanguard subscreen in the director menu to represent the player's Vanguard reputation. That's nice. Friend request and friend invite changes. This is a nice change. Player waypoint title gilding count now shown at all times, including before the new season's title has been gilded. In other words, you will now see the number of times your title has been gilded, even when it reverts to purple at seasonal reset, which is awesome because I want to show off the titles that I've gilded multiple times. Let's see here. Social settings for Fireteam privacy, all of that, invite notifications, gamepad sprint turn scale, controller ADS sensitivity, text chat auto hide setting, set to off by default, crossplay Bungie name stuff, blocking players, rosters, filters. That's all pretty good information. I'd recommend taking a look at it. I'm just seeing if there's anything like substantial here that we haven't gone over before. New features. Armor now has stasis as a possible energy type. Combat style mods for elemental well have been added. New ghost mods that guarantee a minimum stat value 10 in the chosen character stat anytime you acquire a piece of armor that has random stats. Okay, that's cool. That's legitimate. That's actually pretty damn awesome. Holster mods. This is a new type of leg armor that will gradually reload stowed weapons of the matching type over time. More holster mods equals faster ammo reload. Fix some bugs. These are changes to some exotics that they mentioned last week. Is there anything else new? New information. I don't know. I don't know if there's any new or interesting changes here that we haven't already gone over anyways. All right. Power and progression. Power floor is still 1100. Soft cap is 1270. Power cap is 1320. Hard cap is 1330. XP reward tiers. Okay. Bounties, fixes, reputation, abilities, slide nerf. Let's see here. Is there anything else substantial? Oh, that's cool. DualSense controllers are now supported natively on PC, so if you're lucky enough to have either have a PS5 or for some reason decided to buy a DualSense controller, you can use them on PC now. Let's see here. Sparrows from past lives now correctly reset the summoning cooldown when destroyed. Destiny timeline. A new timeline screen will be introduced to highlight a player's ownership of expansions and seasons. Will also provide the ability to immediately take action where ownership status of expansions and season pass is incomplete. Okay, well that's it for that. We have one more thing to go to before we get into the season. And this is their security update. We've added Battle Eye along with the 3.3.0 update today to boost our anti-cheat security and enable us to detect more active cheats. We want to be clear that this is not a silver bullet fix that will end all cheating in Destiny forever. This is another step in our strategy to combat cheats and improve our detection and banning methods. Battle Eye will launch with automatic banning disabled while we test at scale in the live game to ensure accuracy. Once we are satisfied with the results, we will allow it to automatically issue bans without manual review sometime before Trials goes live on September 10th. Anti-cheat solutions require some additional system resources to keep watch, and you may see some reduction in frames and performance after 3.3.0 goes up. New service will also increase the initial startup of the game. Battle Eye's driver only runs while Destiny runs. It doesn't stick around outside of that. We wanted to note that some software is incompatible with Battle Eye, but will not cause bans. Battle Eye may block the software and prevent you from starting Destiny while the software runs, or kick you from the game temporarily if it detects the software after Destiny launches. It has apparently an FAQ for Battle Eye to see which software and how much that does. 1-2 punch. While we continue to iterate on our game, Security as our primary focus to combat cheaters, we also expanded the fight outside of the digital realm. You may have heard about some public filings that we took legal action against cheat makers to shut them down at the source. When the opportunity arises, we invite other developers and publishers to join these lawsuits to make them even more impactful. We are having a lot of success with this strategy and will continue to use it to help to protect our game and its competitive environment. But don't worry, we strongly believe that the legal approach should only supplement and never replace our anti-cheat efforts. Security engineers are still focused on in-game security solutions. It's a team effort. We continue to work to remove cheating from our game, which I think is a great move. I remember reading the filing when they went against that cheat maker earlier this year, and I think that's absolutely brilliant that that's what they're doing. Like, I really, really think that that is a fantastic idea. Now we get into some interesting changes that I think were long overdue to be made. Win trading. Bungie defines win trading as intentionally granting other players wins in PvP activities. This includes, but is not limited to, manipulating matchmaking by any means to force match with specific opponents, or coordinating with opponents to provide uncontested victories. We are now targeting players for bans who are actively engaging in win trading. Our ultimate goal is to protect a competitive environment of PvP by removing the ability to bypass the efforts that players put in to earn rewards. Play fair, keep it clean. I think that's great. I think win trading is kind of bullshit. I would prefer that it not happen. Let's see here. Account recoveries. This is another big one. Account recoveries are when a player gives someone else access to their platform account and control of their Destiny characters. This not only puts your account security at risk, but it can also have adverse effects on other players' experiences in competitive match-made activities. Starting this season, participating as a buyer or seller of account recovery services could result in a ban on your account. While we will only be placing bans or restrictions for certain circumstances, we strongly recommend you never give your account log information to anyone else. Not recommended, but will not give you a ban. Sometimes I let my kids grind lost sectors. I asked my cousin's friend to recover my account to check Xur because I was stuck at a wedding in a remote area with no internet access. My roommates and I all share an account on the common rooms console. I let my friends borrow my account to try to weapon roll. So that won't get you banned. I mean, that's stuff I think some of us have done before. What could get you banned or restricted? Charging others to recover their account for boosting, earning items, completing content, etc. Recovering accounts in exchange for anything of value, including but not limited to Patreon supporters, subscribers, followers, gift cards, and etc. Paying someone to recover your account to be boosted, have items earned. Boosting recoveries done for free can also result in bans and restrictions, which means not only do you have people who do like paid recovs, like on Twitch, like they're gonna get screwed, but anybody who does it even for free is gonna get screwed, and I'm happy about that. Screw them. I do not like playing like a skill-based matchmaking activity, going up against some, 1100 Guardian with crappy blue gear that in reality is like one of the top 1% Trials players. Like, no. Screw that. Not acceptable. Especially because I believe the first 3 wins in a Trials card are skill-based, and then skill-based mixed with card-based, and then it's win-based after that, I think. What could happen if I pay someone to recover my account? Temporary or permanent bans may be applied to your account if you're using paid recovery services. You are responsible for the security of your account, and bans will be applied if someone else is detected cheating on your account, or your account benefits from being in a fire team with other cheaters. Bungie will not recover any lost items or progression if you or the person service you share your login information with deletes anything. This is not a comprehensive list of all circumstances that could result in bans or restrictions, and Bungie reserves the right to action accounts at their discretion. Well, that's amazing. Like, that is absolutely fantastic. I am so excited that they're doing those steps and changes. I think that combined with the other trials changes that they went over, is going to make, I think, the competitive environment such that it is, even like much better, much more accessible, and much fairer. And I am all about that. I'm all here for that. Let's see here. We are going to get ready to hop straight into the next season now that we went over everything. And don't worry, I will put a VOD of this out on YouTube in about a day or two. If anyone wants to see that bit from the beginning. Let's see here. Where are all of the things that I'm trying to turn off? Oh, thank you, Ashlet. Thank you so much. Yeah, I felt really inspired to actually do some makeup today, even though it's not a Cozy Corner Friday stream. So I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see here. I don't keep like trying to get this out of my way, but like I love my hair, but I hate my hair. Like the whole hair flippy thing going on. All right, so let's boot her up. We will probably end up engaged in some stuff with the fire team later. I'm not entirely certain. But while we were getting booted up here, I'm happy. I'm excited. I can't wait to take a look at everything. I have purposely avoided as much as I can about today's today's season launch. So I'm basically going into this as blind as the rest of you. Oh, I love that new screen. I love how the seasonal splash screen changes so much. Like that is very pretty. No one can ever accuse Destiny of being an ugly game. It is an incredibly pretty game. Also, I don't know if I've gone over it at all with you guys when it comes to how I deal with like seasonal character changes and things like that with Destiny, but I do have one of each character class. Generally speaking, I'll pick a character at the beginning of a season, and then that'll be the class that I go through the story content on that season. And then once I'm done with story content, then I start leveling up my other characters and kind of just getting them up to power for whatever I need them for. Last season was the Hunter. Hunter was our main story guy, lady, because Lady Titan, Lady Hunter. They're all ladies. All of my characters ladies. They're amazing. But this season, we are actually going with the... we're going with our Titan this season, which will be fun. Let's see here. Oh, we get an error message. Players receiving the Urchin error when completing Season 15's Mission Cocoon in the Dreaming City should make room in their quest inventory so that an additional quest can be added to the inventory upon completion. You received a Bungie friend invite from a bunch of people. So, we are going to load up good old Titan, because she will be our guide through Season of the Lost.
I am Marasov, Queen of the Reef. I once made a great sacrifice to protect humanity from the Hive. I lost everything. My fleet, my brother, my people's very way of life. I watched the dreaming city fall into ruin, desecrated by Oryx, cursed by Savathun. Now I've returned to retake this sacred place, to finally wrest it free from the Hive's claws. Although you have taken things near and dear to me as well. You have also learned that your list of enemies need not be so broadly defined.
Yes, we
Today
have.
We are afforded a unique opportunity. The road ahead of us is fraught with perilous choices, Guardian. Choose wisely.
Turn in one of my bounties here to make sure we have enough room. I turn in 2. Oh, really? Did we get disconnected? Did not just get DC'd. Double reward boost activity until next weekly reset. Nightfall playlist this week. Claim victory to earn double rewards. New legendary lost sectors and exotic armors. Season of the Lost. 3 new exotic armors are available. Witch Queen I already pre-ordered. Ooh. Cool little exotic ghost. That looks neat. Don't know what the hell that is, but that looks really cool. Let's see here. Yeah, this is gonna be fantastic. Okay, so we got returned. Timeline available. Okay, so what do we have here? Season of the Lost. 181 days. Already have those. Light, all of that. Okay, so it's just everything I've ever bought from Bungie. Okay. That's neat. Oh, hold on. Actually, hold on. I want to see. So we've got concept art for this too. So we've got the Traveler Awakened. Yeah, that's neat. Red War. Oh, the concept art in the background is just really good. Really like that concept art. Forsaken. Shadowkeep. The Traveler Healed. Oh, I actually see the little story summaries. Okay. Beyond Light. Okay. Yeah, that's neat. Okay. What do we got here? So many people are on tonight. Accept. Okay. Fireteam privacy, Fireteam invites, Bungie friend requests. Okay, so this new setup is really good. Shows who's online. Platform players. All players. Okay, so who do I know that's online right now? Probably a ton of them. Oh. Oh, okay. Clan XP. Clan XP just happened. That's what that sound was. Sorry, I really enjoy looking into new UI stuff like right away. Okay, so okay. Season of the Lost. Oh, yeah, we'll grab this right away. Grab the new weapon. We'll see what they've got in the store, and then we'll hopefully dive right on into the campaign. Ooh. That's a nice little ghost shell. That's cute. I like it. I like it quite a bit, actually. We have here Allowfire Heart Ornament for Titan. Yeah, why not? Why not? Oh, we got a new Ace of Spades ornament. Holy crap. That, I like that. I like that a lot. Is this an ornament for Chaperone? Okay. The minute I can buy that, I'm buying that. That is the best looking thorn ornament I've ever seen. I've got an ornament for Monte Carlo, which is really good. Oh, I'm gonna spend so much money on this shit, and I'm so happy about it. Ornament for the storm. I can't remember the lightning sniper that I can't remember the name of. Oh, that's bitchin'. Okay. New Hawk Moon ornament with a fucking laser pointer on it? Yeah, no, we're buying that as soon as we can too. Piku's Divination. That looks really good. And Remembrance. Yeah, we're buying that too. Oh, okay, yeah, for this massive bundle of silver this season. I don't even care about emotes or transmit effects. Legacy stuff. No new shaders today. Sparrow ship. Dance. Expansions. Okay. Okay, that is really neat. That's fantastic. All right, I want to take a look at this new exotic that we got this season. I'm at 1290. Oh, that's why. All right, so this is the new exotic, seasonal exotic. Lawrence Driver. Arrowhead break, enhanced battery, increases mag size. Anomaly. A precision final blow of this weapon creates an implosion that pulls in nearby targets and damages them with an additional detonation. Okay, that's crazy. Lagrangian Sight. This weapon marks targets with an automated targeting system. Final blows on marked targets generates a telemetry pattern. Picking up telemetry patterns grants bonus ability energy. Collecting 3 telemetry patterns without dying grants this weapon bonus damage for a long duration. What is this? Is this a linear? It is a linear fusion in an energy slot. Okay. What do you got for lore on me? Weapon system no longer explodes when trigger is pulled. Prototype 7.2.1 revision notes. What about this rifle? Scorzo asks over the sound of 2 brigs moving cargo. Her overseer, a 3-armed vandal named Pixie, pulls back the drop cloth covering it. He takes a moment to assess the way the rifle is pieced together from non-weapon components, then motions toward where the brigs are walking. Good meals can still spoil, Pixie says. Bring it, but all these spare parts can be left behind. Scorzo nods in acknowledgement, but instead of immediately returning to work, she sidles up close to Pixie, her eyes darting around the warehouse. Is this really happening? She asks in a whisper. Pixie steps away from her as she sets the rifle down on a nearby crate. Maybe, 2 hands in greeting, 2 hands concealed. It is a matter of survival. Scorzo challenges Pixie's avoidance and circles around the crate, 4 eyes narrowed. Spider's scared, she whispers again, isn't he? Pixie quickly leans in. You say that any louder, and I can't protect you from what will happen next, he says in a sharp whisper, glancing over his shoulder. Where would we even go? Scorzo asks, searching Pixie's many eyes. Her supervisor's answer is a backpedaling shrug. Don't know. Pixie lies and gives her a toothy smile. But some Elixni say the light provides. The light definitely does provide. I will not argue that. Because that is a fascinating looking gun. Alright, do we have... The blinding light is on. Right. Oh, you just got a new Ghost Shell mod? That's awesome. Scavenger. Brilliance. Jagged Edge, Honed Edge, Tempered Edge, increased sword damage and ammo. 48 to 50. 50 to 42. Marginal, so Honed Edge gets to stay. Alright, we are going to hop straight into that story mission. That's Witch Queen stuff. Story mission. Complete mission, Cocoon in the Dreaming City. Requires quest progress to continue. There we go. Okay. I'm glad you're liking the new Ghost Shell mod. I'm hoping that I can grab one myself. Right, mission Cocoon. Let us into the mission. I don't wanna get DC'd again, game, please.
Old friend, it is an honor to fly alongside you, though our mission is grim. Ikora issued an order for Osiris's arrest. She has questions about his involvement in Lakshmi's attack on the Elitsni. I volunteered to collect him from the Dreaming City, where he now hides. No one will touch Osiris until I know the truth. He has acted rashly in the past, but I have never seen him willingly endanger the city. Something is wrong. I have felt it for some time now. He is distant. Help me bring him home.
I'm willing to bet he is probably Savathun, based on everything. The Dreaming City is such a beautiful place. Alright, what do we got here?
I am making way through the opposite flank from you. The hive are swarming. We will be as the mighty crabs of old and pincer them. Break their lines and meet me at Osiris's signal.
Want to break their lines? I will break their lines. I love the sound of this gun. It's like a classic sci-fi space laser. I love it so much. Oh, that's really cool. Okay. Okay, that is good. So precision kills. Drop those. Umbral.
There's another ghost nearby. Lightbearer, reveal yourself.
That would be me.
What are you doing here, Bird Brother? Did
Bird
Zavala
Brother
not send you away?
Osiris called me for help. With all these hives around, I can see why. This reeks of Zebul Wrath.
He called you. take. It is mine.
You can't keep him in a cage, Saint. You're not the only one who cares about him.
Lectures? You know nothing. Osiris is not himself, and I am the one to bring him back.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from, Saint. I really do. Alright, so got some hive locks on a very imposing door. Okay, so it marks targets even when you don't have it out, and you still get the bonus for killing them? Okay. I forgot what it's like to be vulnerable. I'm so used. The end of a season can really screw with your perception of like your own strength and or vulnerability.
Still fumbling around in the overworld, old light? There's an awoken device near you. It should let you slip into the ascendant plane and get you closer to Osiris.
Crow and I used them to hide from Ratborn.
Stalk. We were stalking, not hiding.
I love his ghost. I love his ghost so much. Ah. God, I love this. I love this exotic. I love it already. All right, align beacon. What do you do?
Taken portals, awoken dimensions. Fine. Go, Guardian. Take the crow's path.
I think I will, Saint. I think I will. Whoa.
The ascendant plane should skirt you past the hive's barricades. Just be sure to mind the Taken.
Mind the Taken, like they're just some trash? God, I love this exotic so much.
wise. Bringing down Quria left the Taken rattled. I don't think Savathun has control of them anymore.
No, man. My bullets do not know the difference.
I mean, Saint does have a point. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good. Oh my lord, that's amazing. Align beacon again. Oh shit. You know what?
Any Taken signals falling on you?
A big Wrathborn headed your way too.
Be brave. Osiris is not far ahead.
Finish you through the wall. Okay.
I am not far ahead of you, Guardian. We converge on Osiris' signal.
And we'll
Right.
see each other soon.
Knock knock, Osiris.
Whatever happens, friend, we cannot lose him. Even if I do not understand, I must believe his actions have purpose.
You know, Saint, I hate to break it to you, but it is possible that his actions do have purpose. That purpose being to destroy and screw with the rest of us.
I had hoped you'd find your way back.
I'm a bit lost, actually. But this feels familiar. Do I know you?
Osiris? You must come home. Answer for what you have done. The Vanguard will show mercy.
Yes. Ikora and Commander Zavala are nothing if not generous. Queen Mara. Look how they've welcomed the crow into their flock.
It isn't too late. You can still be forgiven.
Yeah, that is
Be careful.
mad sus
I'll hold
Osiris.
you to it.
That's right. I was right. Holy shit.
No!
He was fucking Savathun. Oh, like, I really didn't want to believe it until the end of last season.
Where is Osiris?
Lower your weapons. Osiris still lives.
You trust this thing?
This thing and I have come to an agreement. You need only cooperate.
What is it?
I am Savathun, the
Holy
Witch
shit.
Queen, sister of shapes, deepest in the hive coven, etc., etc. My sister Zivor Rat hunts me on behalf of another. I wish only to be free, and Mara Sav has graciously agreed to help.
And Osiris?
Sweet that you should care, little bird. I have been Osiris for as long as you have known him.
What?
But rest assured, I will return him safely to you.
Oh, what?
In exchange for your assistance.
Oh, hold on.
Lies.
What?
This is the one time you are telling truth. The Vanguard must know what has happened here.
What?
Stay, Guardians. I will go.
Someone once told me that the line between light and dark is very thin. Walk it alongside me. For Osiris. This will guide you. A powerful relic of awoken design. Take it and return to your helm.
Hold the fucking what now? I have been Osiris for as long as you've known him? Was she talking to Crow, or was she talking to Saint 14? Because obviously if it's Crow, that makes sense. Because we picked up Crow when Osiris lost his light. But if she meant that she's been Savathun since Saint 14's known Osiris. No, that can't, no. It has to be, she has to be referring to Crow. She has to be referring to Crow. That's still... Jesus Christ. Brave Wayfarer's Compass. Jesus. Holy crap. Going straight to the helm then. I want to know what Mara's game is here, because that is working with Savathun to get rid of Shivu Arath. That's insane. Like, I'm not the only one who thinks that, right? Like, that's insanity. The Awoken Wing. Please, Queen's Guard. Wayfinder's Compass.
Approach, Guardian. Believe me when I tell you that I did not know of Savathun's deception until she arrived in the Dreaming City. She offered me a bargain. If I exercise her worm, she will release Osiris and help us defeat the Black Fleet. I recognize the risk. Her inevitable betrayal is all but a guarantee. But without her worm, Savathun is vulnerable, unprotected by the security of her throne world, mortal. To separate Savathun from the parasite inside her, I need Techians, skilled awoken mystics. Few still live. Most were lost, guiding my return to the Dreaming City when Xivu Arath ambushed us. But I can still feel their minds. The mystic compass you hold will reveal pathways to each lost Techion. Relight the pathways of the Ascendant Plane, and guide my people back to me. My wrath
Petrovenge will brief you further.
So, quick overview of the Hive, X-Man. Hive, every hive inside them has like a worm that feeds on the light and life that they devour. And specifically with Savathun, one of the big three hive goddesses, they were commanded to feed their worm through actions that encompass their ideals. In the case of Savathun, it's lies and betrayal and deception. And, like, you don't feed the worm, you die. Yo, hey, Erky, how are you? How are you? It is not a metaphor, X-Man. There is a quite literal worm inside of her. And basically, she doesn't want it anymore. She wants to break the contract she made for immortality. You're great. What's up? We are just kicking off Destiny 2's 15th season, with some crazy, insane lore shit that just happened, and some doing really, really good. Doing really good. The digestive system is also a quite literal worm. I mean, yeah, but that's not a sentient worm. I hope. If my digestive system turned out to be a sentient worm, I would probably have a really big problem with that, actually. Let's see here, Cocoon. Queen Mara tells you a deal has been struck. Savathun will relinquish Osiris. In return, her worm will be removed. Mara believes all will benefit from this arrangement, and Savathun at least will be under watch. To remove the worm, Mara needs her Techians, powerful awoken mystics. They were attacked by Xivu Arath while trying to guide Queen Mara back to the Dreaming City from the edges of space. Those that remain were scattered in the Ascendant Plane. Marasov doesn't break her stare. She tells you that this time the reef calls upon the city. Rescue her Techians and see them home safely. Let's see here. Is it like a Warlock Pact type deal? Yeah, I mean, actually, pretty much. So, like, very, 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 very brief history. The Hive species started out as something called the Krill on a planet called Fundament. Way, 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 way different side, like, different part of the universe, almost. Long story short, the three main big Hive people, I don't remember their original names because they were not originally Savathun, Oryx, and Xivu Arath. But they made a pact with these 5 gigantic worm gods who are like conduits to this darkness power. And in return for power and immortality, they were to feed their worms. They were implanted with these worms in them. And then feed their worms by doing activities that, like, encompass their being. For Savathun, lies, betrayal, deception. All of that feeds her worm, keeps her alive, gives her power. For Oryx, it was exploration. For Xivu Arath, it was and knowledge. For Xivu Arath, it was conquering war and bloodshed. And as they had descendants and Hive grew, it became like this feeding chain of that thing going up to these 3 rulers. And Savathun basically split off, and she basically wants to kill her pact. Like, it'd be like in D&D if you tried to kill as a warlock, if you tried to kill your benefactor. That's kind of what she wants to do. Let's see here. We have more neurons in our digestive system than in a cat's brain. Don't bother trying to make me understand this game, though. Just enjoy it. I mean, that's fair, X-Man. Yep, worm gods. Apparently, we have a communist bot in chat. I'm gonna keep an eye on that, but so far, I'm good. But yes, that's kind of like a super brief overview of what they're like, Erky. Let's see here. Okay, so what is this? Revenge is waiting
Queen
brief
Mara
you.
has already told you we must recover our lost Techians in order to free Savathun from her servitude to the worm gods. I will tell you how. Imagine the universe as a set of coins, stacked one on top of the other. The top coin is our reality. The bottom, the ascendant plane. Between them lies an intermeshing of ever-shifting pathways known as ley lines. Almost all the ancient pathways are now defunct, but beings of paracausal ability can navigate and rebuild them. This is the art of wayfinding. We know our lost Techians are stranded somewhere among the ley lines, and they're leaving us markers to follow. I'm forwarding you the coordinates to the first marker. It should tell us which ley line to look in. Then we'll use the blind well to tear open a rift and send you through to find them. Xivu Arath is desperate to capture her sister. Her forces, which now include the Taken, will attempt to stop you at every turn. Listen, I know your crow intends to accompany you. Mara also wants him close. Our Techians went to retrieve Queen Mara on my orders. This can't fail. Not because of him.
But Petra, Crow is better. Crow is better, okay? Let's see here. Bot 125. If you are someone I know on Discord, and there's an actual person in charge of that account, you should whisper me here on Twitch or on Discord, just so I can know who you actually are. Leyline, scientific Celt mythology, I guess. Yeah, scientific Celt mythology is good. Petravenge, the Queen's Wrath and Chief Officer informs you that while Marsov explained how the Techians became lost, Petra will tell you how you're going to get them back. Lost Techians are stranded with ley lines, unable to escape Xivu hunting parties, but they are leaving markers to help us find them. Petra says she will send you the position of the first marker and implores you to use your Wayfinder's compass and find the Queen's lost Techians. Ooh, a new Well of Light mod. Picking up an elemental well grants energy to your ability with the lowest current energy. Picking up an elemental well whose element matches your subclass damage type grants energy to all of your abilities. Powered melee final blows spawn elemental wells. Okay. Alright. They're all just XP, which I don't need. Wayfinder's compass calibration. Alright, what do we have here? The needle guides the thread to a goal. Obstacles stripped from the path. Borrowed a Wayfinder's compass. Sumerian garrison. Borrowed a Wayfinder's compass. It keeps leading me to places that are almost familiar, but there are missing pieces. I tell Glint I feel drawn here when he asks. I know he doesn't buy it, but he doesn't want to call me a liar. It's pretty deep in the caves. I found a shard of glass stained with queen's foil. Sniffing the glass made my mouth flare with menthol. Smelled the nostalgic. That's the only way I can explain it. Ouroborea. Compass keeps leading me around here, but only for a few weeks at a time. I feel like I know which weeks it'll be before the compass tries to bring me here. It's like an internal clock going off. I saw a Taken wizard disappear in the air, in thin air. I feel like I should know why, but it's buried underneath a fog. I'll keep looking and see if it clears up. Forfeit Shrine. Waking up on the gravestone was like carving a border through my brain. Sometimes I feel like things cross over it, one way or another, but it blurs and I'm not sure if it's something new or just new, or is just new to this me. I remember standing here making a wish. I don't know if it was before or I just know it's something I started doing or kept doing back when I first became a light bearer. I'd flick coins off the cliff and whisper little wishes. Nothing big, just little stuff I thought I could get away with. Seems silly now that I know about the Ahamkara. Shattered Ruins. There's the spot near the spine of Karis. Big guy that Karis, carrying the whole dreaming city on his back. Her back? Every day I realize how little I actually know, and no one seems keen on filling in the blanks. Anyway, it feels right, like home. Glint tells me there's some kind of palace hidden underneath the Dreaming City, but I just see more mist. Jumping might be a good idea. The worst it could do is kill me. Maybe I'll see something useful on my way down. Glint disagrees. Okay, understood. Understood, 125. I appreciate the clarification. I very much understand. Let's see here. Keep of Honed Edges. There's something wrong happening here. When I touch the stone architecture, it feels hollow. Not physically, but like it's an imitation of what it used to be. I don't like how familiar that feels. I think I can hear voices. Ragnarok Abyss. I was standing in the bay for a long time before I figured it out. All these places, they're gateways. Not the only ones, I think. The Queensfell does the trick. Thanks, Clint. The taste is... well, it's disgusting. Still nostalgic. What does it say about me if I'm starting to like it? Now I just need to get enough so I can map out all these secret paths. Time to go hunting. Yeah. Definitely unfortunate choice for these times, but I still appreciate it. Unless you're known heavily by that name, I think you can change it. We've all had names that we've had for a long time. Like, that's all good. Okay, so what is the next step here? Okay. Roster. What's on the roster? You can invite somewhere? Okay. Okay, nope. Okay, where are we going next? You're a staple of some people's communities? That's really awesome. That's really awesome. Do you mind if I just call you 125? Is that good? Let's see here. Let's see. For some, I am a chair. Furniture for others, and kinky mistress with a lack of dedication. You're gonna fit in just fine here, 125. Which reminds me, anybody who is already following the channel and has not joined our community Discord yet, if you want to join the Foxfire Circle Discord, there's the link in the chat. Just make sure you click the emoji at the bottom of the rules page, otherwise it won't actually let you into the server. Because little bit of verification. There are reasons I haven't done certain other options, but there we go. Astral alignment. Charge your Wayfinder's compass and reawaken ancient ley lines throughout the Dreaming City. Seal your accomplishments by defending the Blind Well from Xivu Arath's encroaching forces. Okay, is this a match-made version of the Blind Well, potentially? You like the way I talk? I appreciate that. Discord is jamming, great community. Yeah, it is great. It is great. Which, by the way, everybody, I don't want to like go into some spoilery territory of the channel, but I'm going to in just a little bit. I'm not going to tell anyone what it is, but I am currently working with our lovely emote artist, well, channel artist in general, Cosmic Irony, the person responsible for all of these wonderful emotes, as well as the intermission screen background art and stuff like that when we're not doing Destiny stuff. I'm doing a not quite rebranding, but a major overhaul to stream overlays and some other things. Because as much as I like being able to make my own stuff, I think it's time I get some really nice stuff done. So that's in the works now. All right. Got here.
Welcome back to the Blind Well, Guardian. It enables transit between this reality and the Ascendant Plane, using paracausal ley lines. Unfortunately, this gate opens both ways. Xivu Arath, Hive God of War, is trying to secure it for an invasion of the Dreaming City, so she can capture Savathun. We must hold this location at all costs. Glad to have you along, Guardian.
Alright, what do we need to do? We start this. Does it start automatically? What goes on? What are we doing? Oh yeah, X-Men, my big pink rocket, you like that? I love it too. Your own stuff can be nice, but sometimes it's too familiar. Hiring someone gives you an inevitable different point of view and aspect. That is very true. Okay, so why are you not... It's like an issue here? You gonna make me just like Okay, nope, there we go. There we go. Okay, that... Whoa. Okay, they have stasis now? Okay, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. I mean, it's awesome, but that's... Good lord. Alright. Domination. Okay, so crush the intruders. We did that. What is next? What is the plan? Oh, 125. Swearing is fine. We are definitely not like a family-friendly channel most of the time.
Hold off the Taken as best you can.
Okay, so what are we doing here?
Put them down and bank their Taken essence. That should
Okay.
close the rifts and secure
What are we
the
doing
area.
here? Okay, so then we grab the... Okay, so we grab the thing, and we put the thing in the thing? Is that what we're doing here? Okay, that is what we're doing. Just putting the thing in the thing. Okay. You're not gonna... Oh, okay, you took the thing. Took that thing. Okay, what is... Oh, crap, that's a champion that I do not have anything to deal with. And finish you off. I prefer bot as a shorthand name, if that's okay with you. That's what I listen to. Not a problem. Bot is fine. Bot is absolutely fine. So they're gonna grab that charge. So we need just a couple more then? Is that how this works? I think that's how this works. It's just everything is exploding. He's going after that one, so we want to go after the one over here then? Or is it just the one? Oh, it's the one right here. Alright, so we grab that. It's all cool and taken looking. Come on, where am I putting this? There we are. Okay, over here. I'll probably be mostly lurking because it's late and I also don't have any more medicinal stimulants in me. That's okay. That's okay. Lurking is totally fine. I enjoy people who lurk, people who don't lurk. It's all good. I just appreciate you dropping by. That's fantastic.
Just like streams of water, ley lines can be polluted.
Thank you, X-Man. You are a wonderful mod. I love you so much. Where do we go next?
There's Scorn inbound. It's unclear whether they're coordinating with Xivu Arath's forces or just taking advantage of the chaos. We can't risk them poisoning the blind well with dark ether. Let's clear them out.
Okay.
The Scorn will try to harvest ether from these dead servitors. The servitors will release the ether at regular intervals.
Hey, I mean, making friends is one of the reasons I do this.
Once the ether is released, destroy it before it gets to the harvester.
I'm glad to count you among those friends, Bot. Monty should be sleeping off at the end of the hour. That's all good. I really appreciate you even just stopping by a little bit. Your rest is important, X-Man. It's very important. Ooh, I'm getting hurt by something. I don't know what it is, but it's painful. Okay. Okay, so this bit we defend like in turn, it looks like. Okay, so this is an interesting activity. Go. Almost champions. catch up on chat here in just a second.
Good work shutting down the Scorn, Guardian.
The timing of their mission is suspicious. Is this coordination with Zivor Arath, or mere coincidence?
Place rally banner. Oh, we can rally here? Okay. Let's see here. I used to stream on Twitch because people asked me what I sound like vocally after surgery on my vocal cords. Lots of trans people are looking into some of these, and I think it's nice being able to give them confidence. Even my own clinical trial voice therapist is impressed. That's really awesome. I'm the chick with the one vocal cord that can sing higher than most people regardless. Most definitely impressive. I heard that's fantastic. Bot, that's awesome. Yeah, I've just been doing vocal exercises. I haven't considered anything like that yet. I may not. I'm kind of starting to grow happy with my own trans voice, but I definitely, like, I'm so happy for you. Oh, there's lots of things exploding, and I think I got flung into a pillar and died? I think that's what just happened. We're gonna take care of this blight here if I can. Okay. I don't know what parallax trajectory is, but you know what? I'll take it. We throw it? Oh, okay, I see what it does. Okay, I get it. Okay, so we need to take more of it, and we need to breach their defenses with it. Okay. So much taken. So many taken.
Well done, Guardian.
So many. So many.
If we are to survive the coming storm, the tower and the dreaming city must stand united.
We'll hold the blind well together. As we open more ley lines, we can start exfiltrating our lost Techians.
Once my coven is reassembled, we'll exorcise Savathun's worm and put an end to her lies. Once and for all.
Let's see here. To be honest, I do not sound particularly different from you, despite, besides literally being a Bogan Aussie, I can talk and speak in two registers, and usually prefer the lower one because it's more badass. I have a history of voice training, so, voice acting, so I know vocal tract stuff inside and out. That's really cool. I've never done voice acting. I was in theater long ago, and I've always played around with accents and talking in funny voices and stuff like that, so like I am used to a little bit of changing around my vocal track length and all of that. It's just sometimes it's not still like 100% 100% muscle memory yet. Let's see, Savathun's been revealed. Work with Marsav to rescue the Techian witches and free Savathun from her worm. Search the galaxy to untangle the rumors of a mysterious weapon steeped in awoken myth. Astral Alignment, 6-player activity, Shattered Realm, Wayfind this Shattered Realm, and Small 3-week activity. Hollow Coronation. Accept Queen Mara's invitation and uncover the secrets of a legendary awoken weapon, Agar's Scepter. The only voice acting I've done is doing the voices when reading children's books. I mean, that's an important skill to have too. It's a very important skill to have. After the incident, it took me over 8 months to get to a mostly stable muscle memory. You're changing brain circuits, so that's normal. Takes lots of training, catching yourself red-handed, and small victories. Thank you for the advice. It definitely feels that way. It definitely feels like that. Let's see here. Blind Well is now aligned. Aligned with the Shattered Realm. Visit Wayfinder's Compass and Awoken Wing of the Helm to plan your next move. Yep. Yep, it's a big pink rocket with a little extra. Literally, the only reason that I got that ship was so I could put that shader on it and I could make those jokes. Because I am, at heart, very immature. Let's see here. It can get easier. It most likely will, and you most likely will get there too. Thank you so much, bot. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. Exactly. Exactly, bot. 100% is exactly what I was thinking. Yep. It's big pink space dildo. It's also got a flared base, so it can't get lost. I gotta stop touching my eye makeup. Face has just like been very ugh. My hair and everything's not cooperating today. Okay. What do we have in the post box? Before we continue anything else, what do we have in post box? What? We're just gonna keep that there for now. Alright. You like it? It has wings. Absolutely. Intergalactic wing nutter? Oh lord. You cut your hair yourself, don't sorrow, you could be me. I've never thought I've never thought about cutting my hair myself. I respect anybody who can. Once I get my car fixed, I'm getting a professional haircut done. So that'll be fun. I did put off probably by like I think I offset it by like 1 paycheck cycle getting my car fixed for getting the collector's edition of Witch Queen, but I don't have to drive anywhere really, so it's not much like so much of an issue. Let's see here. No, like my issue is it's just that like it's not staying exactly where I wanted it to before. I can cut my hair myself, but I bear the fruit now and it's starting to rot. I understand. I understand completely. Let's see here. Each Techian found each clearing of the ley lines brings Marasav's plan closer to fruition. Continue collecting parallax trajectory, conducting astral alignments, and charting the ley lines of the Shattered Realm. Eventually, Savathun's worm will be exorcised and the real Osiris will be returned. Iota Draconis. Okay. Parallax trajectory is used for that. You know what? That's fairly good advice, bot. Actually, that is fairly good advice. What did we just get here? Gun? The regular... Okay, so it's a high-impact fusion. The paths between stars are fractal mirrors of the neurons in our brains and the vicissitudes of our fates. Sejari's eyes snapped open as the telltale sizzle of a fusion rifle pierced the miasma of the ascendant plane. The Techian had been sitting against the same crumbling wall for over 2 weeks as an unrelenting sludgy river of gray fog flowed past her. The damp air clinging to her skin, the stench of the Taken permeated her nostrils. Ozone, gun lubricant, and the sickly sweet burn of soul fire. The fusion rifle sounded again, closer this time. The shot was met with garbled hisses and return gunfire as the Taken rallied. After her abandonment, Sajara had tried to move as little as possible so as to not attract the attention of the Taken patrols that periodically swept the area. But the fighting moved closer now, a dozen meters from her hiding place. She quieted her fear and let her mind go lax, encouraging them to overlook her. She had staved off the prying minds of the Taken scions by lowering her heart rate and entering a deep meditative trance. Sometimes for many hours at a time, but each time she re-emerged into her body, its demands became harder to ignore. She was desperate for food, for water, for anything. Despite all her training, she was nearing the end of her resolve until she heard a voice. A soft, clear whisper in her ear. "Have faith, my Techians. You were lost, but not forgotten. Help is on the way." It seemed that Queen Mara's promise would finally come to pass. There was yet hope. That is a really bitchin' looking gun. Hands down. Let's see here. Officially still a teenager. Should I be worried about my mental age? I mean, at the age of 13, I felt like I was 20, so I understand. I think the advice for that is enjoy, help, send help. I turn 20 next month. Well, happy early birthday. I can barely calm myself down from crying after dropping a favorite snack. I mean, but I'm gonna be 30 in like 3 months. And that is terrifying to me. Turning 20, you'll be totally fine. I think they're smoking everything. I honestly think they're smoking everything, X-Man. Okay, so... Ooh, new perk. Improved handling and reload speed when allies are nearby. Okay. That is an interesting weapon. You're turning 20 when you haven't had the chance to be 18 yet? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, bot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that's... I'm sorry that life has done that to you. Devil's lettuce. Absolutely. Alright, one more thing I want to check before we start doing this quest, whatever it is that we're on. I wonder if there's a seasonal thing here. Active season, vendor progression. Worldly armor. Worldly weapons. Engram of the Found. Engram containing gear from Season of the Lost. I have 10 of these, and they cost legendary shards? Hell yeah. It wasn't life, it was some people. Makes it much easier to blame someone. Understandable. 20 is nothing, 30 is nothing. It's all the debt, personal crisis, breakup, self-discovery, humans are bad in between. And burnout. Boobs. Boobs discovery. Yeah, I mean, I will fully admit growing and discovering mine has been fucking wonderful. Like, absolutely. So we're gonna have to just buy all these and see what happens, see if we get anything worth having kept. Alpaca. Arc bow. Another fusion rifle. Ooh, piece of armor. Sure. Another weapon. I'm many years into puberty, given I'm almost 20, and I still feel like my boobs disappear when I lay on my back. Oh, that is a feeling. That is a feeling. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that feeling all too well. Evil engram, we're gonna do another one of these. Another weapon, okay. Mantle my lightkin plate. What does this look like for armor? I like that a lot. For these legs. That, because I have higher gear there. Alright. Fractathist. The precision frame shotgun, full auto harmony, assault mag, full choke. Oh, I think I might have just gotten a god roll. Potentially. Let's see here. It's a precision frame, but it's okay. It's a precision frame, but it is not a slug shotgun. Full choke, assault mag, full auto harmony. Okay, that almost is worth keeping right off the bat. Ma'am, you can take your top clothes off, but you can't keep your bra on. Hold on. Ma'am, you can take your top clothes off, but can you keep your bra on? I don't even know how big my titties is. Oh. Being intersex is weird regardless of situation. You are just a very broken version of a cisgender assigned anything at birth. I want to give you like the biggest hug bot. Like I just big hug is what I want to do. Big hug. We have Killing Wind opening shot encore harmony. What is this? Vision final blows grant a stacking range bonus to this weapon. Ensemble multi-kill clip. So we are gonna abandon you. Sit with you. Ensemble high impact reserves. Heating up kickstart. Ensemble kickstart. This can go away. Kickstart. We'll keep the liquid coil ones. Heating up kickstart. Iota Draconis. Auto rifle. Ensemble Demolitionist. Accurized. Oh, it's a high impact. Okay. Ensemble and cornered. Oh, okay. That's legit. Let's see. Hubs are weird. I do the autistic presence detection thing instead. Pug's affection is awkward, always will be. Okay. That's fair. I will I will interact with you however you would wish me to. But you are at least from what I've been able to get to know you so far, both in Discord and tonight, you are a wonderful person. Okay, so what is my actual goal right now? Care about you. Select parallax trajectory to triangulate the location of lost Techians. Collecting ascendant anchors in the open world grants large quantities of parallax trajectory each week. Parallax trajectory can also be earned by completing strikes, Crucible, Gambit, matches, public events, and more. Travel to Trostland in the EDZ. Techians leave ascendant anchors as stitches between the ascendant plane and this one to find their way home. If a ley line were to collapse, with the blind will aligned, these anchors will light the way to the lost Techians. Okay, so they are... So go to EDZ. Week 1 challenges. Lately I have been feeling awkward and repelled by an expression of affection, including virtual hugs. I do not know why. Brains are weird. Understandable. I will refrain from offering those for the time being, bot. Destination. Harbinger. Okay, we'll just go to the easy. We'll get some kills here. Yeah, Google is not great sometimes. Google is not great at all sometimes. So yeah, there's a whole host of things so far this season that are just fascinating to me. You're going to be in a really good spot. Relax. Sense. Staff of the Splicer. With that, that's good. Ensemble kill clip. Take this too. With mini frags. We're gonna do sticky rounds. Not that. This one. Let's see here. Enter the shop. Oh, literally. Hold on. Collect Ascendant Anchor. Okay, so these just like appear out in the wild now? Oh, I love the sound that gun makes.
That's a pretty pile of glimmer.
Okay, so
While I transmit this.
okay, so we just go straight back into the helm then. Apparently, collecting the thing on the season pass gave us enough so we didn't have to go out here randomly. Okay. Shattered Realm, Forest of Echoes. Quadcock keyboard? Oh my god, that is an amazing pejorative. I love that. Echoes is an understanding and Benevolent Godot. Dyslexia Simulator. VD 1000 XE version 3.2. Oh man. It's been a good night. I'm glad we are able to... Thundercunt is your personal favorite? That's a good one. That is a good one. Did our shuttle just grow? Maybe.
Behind the curtain of the universe lies the Ascendant Plane. Here, causality meets consciousness, and worlds are born. Go. Find our lost Techians and bring them home.
Cockwomble is... yeah, Cockwomble is also great. Okay, what do we have here? Align the beacons. Oh, this place looks so good. I love it. Oh, this looks so badass. I love it. What are you? Token diving down? Oh, this place looks so cool. Holy shit. I have a friend who is a lead of tender team at a company, and all she does when playing 3D games is saying, ah, cool, shaders, not very optimized. Both of those are cromulent and tastable. Okay. Okay, align the beacons. What do I have to, do I shoot them? Shoot them? What do I do? Oh, okay, here's an anchor of light. Buck tasting sounds like a challenge for a BDSM munch meat. Yeah, actually kind of does. It kind of does. Okay.
I'm noticing dimensional distortions in your ghost's readings. A beacon should be nearby.
Oh, okay, so I have... okay, so I'm actually, like, at a disadvantage in here. That's interesting. Okay, so... oh, holy crap, is this an Ascendant version of the church in the EDZ? I think it is.
You've aligned the beacon. Clear out that opposition so it can do its job.
Let's see here. Time for bed, everyone? Alright, X-Man, thank you so much. Have a good night. Yeah, definitely more story stuff, Velvet. More story stuff. Should go to bed too. 3:20 a.m. Shit, it was only a second ago. It was 12:30. Oh, but yeah, please don't stay up that late on my account. Please, if you need to get some sleep, get some sleep. So many enemies. Yes, bring me more enemies, please. Thought I bejezzled account in the... having a freaking insomnia. Fun part is always that my epilepsy is put on edge with sleep deprivation, stress, and not saying regularly, all three present. You're a mess. It does sound like that is an incredibly shitty thing that you have to deal with. I am so sorry. I appreciate you being able to be here even despite all of that. So many things. Oh. Shit, I don't have anything for unstoppable because I am a dumb person. Alright, got a heavy weapon now. And finish you. You're a mess, float in space. It gets easier to deal with. DNA accident happened before birth, nothing to change about it. Just weird by design, huh? That is true. But you are also you. And you are unique. And for what it's worth, like I said, I think you're pretty awesome. As far as what now? Barrier breach ability. Okay, so get another beacon. I don't know where I'm going right now. Other than apparently up a cliff. Collect Ascendant Anchor. What is up here? Requires safe passage ability. Whatever I found up here doesn't help me right now, does it? Oh, did I just die? I did just die. Yeah, I'd imagine the parts and labor involved in getting good replacement parts is probably not conducive. Where do we go next game? Idle anchor. So much in here that just I don't understand and I want to explore.
The Taken infest every corner of the Ascendant Plane I've seen. Like the tendrils of some great fungus. Ever spreading.
Great fungus is a good way to put that, Petra. Ew, are you another thing that I can't do anything with? True sight ability. Okay, so yeah, I don't have another... I can't do anything with you yet, then. Means I think we just go this way. It's gonna go to bed now, and you have a good hibernates. Will do, will do. Thank you so much, bot. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful rest of your night. Sleep well, and hopefully we'll see you on Thursday, maybe? We're gonna switch out from the auto rifle that I got. I want to check out the high impact fusion that I got. Virus, my friend, if you are still in chat tonight, or not Virus, Velvet, if you're in chat tonight, you should check out the roll I got on this, on the Vulpecula tonight. Encore and Harmony together is a really fun combination. It's Encore and Harmony. So, Precision Final Blows grant a stacking range bonus to this weapon. Non-precision final blows remove range stacks, but grant bonus accuracy and stability when all range stacks have been removed. Final blows with other weapons improve this weapon's damage and performance by a short duration. I don't know what Headstone is, but that sounds really cool. Can't go in there. Precision final blows spawn an ice crystal? Oh, that's really cool. That is fantastic.
Align the beacon. Clear out that opposition so it can do its job. Wow. Yeah, ensemble, I do have a gun with ensemble, which is an interesting perk. I will say, high impact fusion rifles feel weird, but really good right now. Ooh, I just got my butt handed to me. Yeah, it was supposed to get nerfed. Yeah, I am still soft and squishy. Overload taking our pain in the butt. But I will headbutt you and be fine. Okay. That. Align the beacons. Okay, where do we go next then? Goes this way. Cannot go here. Okay, looks like we keep going up. That way? This is a rather involved mission, actually.
Just go straight there.
That's the last beacon. Zivo Aroth's forces are converging on the area.
Thank you, game, for throwing me off a cliff. That was well worth having happen. But that's all good. I will still end you, you cranky lady. Did you just disappear on me again? That's not— you're not allowed to disappear on me like that. That's not okay. Okay. Ah, come on. So much pain. Oh yeah, no, this is definitely reminds me of how vulnerable I am at lower light. There we go.
Excellent work, Guardian. We couldn't have done it without you.
Oh, the lost Techian.
How did these tech witches come to be lost in the Ascendant Plane?
They were my escorts, ferrying me home from the far-off reaches. Zivo Arath found us in transit.
Far off reaches of where? How did Zivo find you? Do you not have more witches?
You ask too many questions.
Yes, it is how I understand things, and I am owed answers.
Then I hope you'll soon become accustomed to mystery.
Ooh, Saint 14 and Marasov are just too good together. Too good. Go back to the helm. Yeah, that so the shattered realm is really fascinating. I hope that different weeks will have different looking shattered realms. I imagine they probably will if it follows any of like the previous seasonal metrics and stuff that we've had. What else did we get? Archer's Tempo. What is Adagio? After defeating a target, this weapon fires, charges, or draws more slowly and deals increased damage for a brief period of time. Huh. That is an interesting perk combination. I wonder just how much rapid hit offsets it. It's Ace for his voyage. Bring the Wayfarer's Compass back to the Awoken Wing of the Helm. Each rescue Techian can assist in unlocking new abilities from the compass. A Wayfarer's Compass upgrade is now available. Okay. Barrier breach. The Wayfinder's Compass divines a path through the impossible. Barriers will no longer bar you. Neptune wishes to converse with her friend, the Guardian, you. Okay. So interesting.
I am at your mercy, Guardian. This construct protects me from those who wish me harm, from my worm's hunger. But it is a prison, too. Quite elegant, don't you think? I have only one regret, and that is how long it took me to reveal myself to you. I see your synapses firing. A specimen scarred by skepticism. They call me a liar. But we share mutual interests, you and I. If you believe anything I tell you, believe in that. Now, let me show you a different interpretation of the truth.
Okay.
Who is Savathun, you ask? You already know. Oh, Guardian mine. I am your friend. I tried to protect you from the Black Fleet. You called it interference. Don't worry. I was not offended. Instead, I found a form more pleasing to your eyes. Osiris was lost, lightless. I saved him from Xivu Arath and assumed his shape so I could guide your victory against her. I ferried the reborn prince to your city so he could be redeemed. I protected Zavala from Kaido's ambitions, ending a war before it could even begin. I delivered the House of Light on its knees to Ikora. I unmasked the enemies lurking inside your city's walls and destroyed them. You may disagree with my methods, but you can't argue with results. I am no villain, and you are no hero. We are paracausal.
Put a pin in that. I'm gonna put a pin in that thought. Did a DLC drop? Not a full DLC. We did see the reveal for the next full expansion. This is the start of the final season, which lasts until the next expansion. And so far, it has been a doozy, Holland. Also, hi to you too, my friend. Vanguard bounty. And talk to Mara.
Approach, Guardian. I have an awoken tale to tell you. One my brother recited to our people's children quite often. Long ago, great kestrels roamed the sky. They built ornate nests in the heavens like conquerors. But in their arrogance, they ignored whispers of storms on the wind. Until one day, one such storm swept over them. It collapsed the heavens, drowned their nests. So they fled, and the storm pursued them. Most died, but a fated few washed upon the shores of a great hollow oak. There, a mother kestrel guarded her clutch, 2 shells, bonded inseparably. A daughter, Riga. A son, Agar. Their hearts beat in unison. And they grew. Riga, intuitive and cunning. Agar, loyal but adventurous. Knowing they would one day wish to leave the hollow to face the storm, their mother plucked feathers from her plumage, and one from each child. For Riga, she crafted a crown to keen her mind, centered by Agar's luminous feather. For Agar, she crafted a scepter, cored by his sister's obsidian feather to guide his spirit. There is truth in this tale. The scepter and crown, they are real. One I already have. The other, you will retrieve for me. When you return, I will tell you the rest.
Racing the Stars 1. Marasov looks you in the eyes and says, I have a task for you. One buried in myth, but rimmed with truth. She tells you the beginning of an awoken fable that details the creation of 2 powerful relics, one of which she wants you to retrieve for her. She explains that one of her paladins sighted a piece of awoken technology phasing between this reality and the Ascendant Plane while on patrol. Marasov tells you to find it in order to open a path to a treasure long hidden. Collect Atlas skews within the Dvalin Mist, Spine of Karis, and nearby lost sectors. And I want us to speak with Ikora in the tower. Right, I can do that. How are you doing tonight, by the way, Holland? Hopefully you're doing all right, my friend. Oh. Good. I'm good today. Had a good day, and I'm still relaxing from vacation, getting back into the groove. Yeah, I've always find coming back from any kind of vacation tends to feel just incredibly weird. Like, just off, like, the first couple days. Even if, like, you're doing your job normally and everything's back in a normal swing, it just feels very strange. Fire team XP boost, ritual glimmer boost. Alright, Ikora, what do you have to say to me now?
This is my fault. I invited her in. I convinced Zavala that we needed Osiris by our side. The dark pit looked back every time I met his eyes, and I told myself it was his grief. Savathun knew she could use that. The city is the last place Xivu Arath would have searched for her. Now, Saint is tearing the system apart, looking for the real Osiris. You and Crow will need to take point with the Awoken. I don't like it, but he wants to help, and he's earned some trust. It's his decision. We're in a downpour of revelation. I've been trying to analyze every drop of information, as if I could isolate them before they're washed away. There's so much I need to reevaluate, so much I need to do. Interrogate the Witch Queen while we have a captive audience. Our enemies often flirt with arrogance when they believe they've won. See if she'll let her true intentions slip.
That sounds like a good plan. We've all been deceived, Ikora says. She shakes her head and laments that she is unable to uncover Savathun's manipulations before it was too late. Ikora stiffens her stance and looks you in the eye. She vows that Savathun will face justice, but admits we must keep to Marasov's pact for now if we wish to see Osiris return to us alive. Let's see here.
Carry the light with you. You have my full faith.
Each Techian found, each clearing of the ley lines brings Marasov's plan closer to fruition. Continue collecting parallax trajectory, conducting astral alignments, and charting the ley lines of the Shattered Realm. Eventually, Savathun's worm will be exorcised and the real Osiris will return. Very long quest chain. Holy crap. 53 quest steps. Jesus. Operation level.
The moon beckons, Guardian.
Is that what you sell to the Guardians?
Let's see here. Have you checked out Road 96? I saw James Stephanie's video on it. I saw their video on it. It looks very interesting. It looks like something I would love to try at some point. Season rank 3, almost season rank
We'll
4.
crush these would-be saviors together, Guardian.
I just need something to hold. Hey, come here.
Is that what you sell to the Guardians?
50% now.
So this so last season when it came to the seasonal quest, like the seasonal story quest, it was you'd complete like one quest, it would leave your inventory, and then the next week you'd go and get another quest. But this time around it seems like the seasonal quest this season stays in your inventory, because it says on the bottom this quest step will progress at the next weekly reset, which means that this is the entire path for this season's story arc. So there's 53 story arc quest steps. Obviously there's multiple steps in a week, because I think we did, how many did we do? We did 5 of them today. Yeah, it's incredibly awesome. Yeah, I think I'm going to turn in one more bounty for the time being, so that I can get another quest. Oh, no, I already have a quest spot free. We're going to go back and grab the thing that Banshee has. And then we'll start working on end of stream stuff for the day.
What do you need?
Hear me out, Banshee says as he slams part of a jump ship drive and a datapad on the counter. Your gun uses a Laurence focuser to channel energized particles. So does this old Echo-class jump ship before it blew up. Unrelated. If we mod your gun with these drive components, you'll be able to give it a lot more, Banshee says before slamming his fist down on the counter. Then he just stares vacantly for a moment and asks, "What are you doing here?" "Oh right, hear me out. Your gun uses the Laurence focuser to... You take the jump ship parts and the datapad before Banshee goes through his plan all over again." Okay, so that's the catalyst quest for that.
Keep the wall strong.
Alright. Alright, my lovely little flames. We are just about done for tonight's stream. We went over a ton of things today. We had a really good time. I'm really looking forward to coming back on Thursday. We're going to be doing more Destiny this week for Thursday, Friday. Saturday afternoon, we're going to be doing a Talos Principle Day for the community goal that we reached. I'm really excited. I have not played Talos Principle, so I'm really excited to experience something brand new with everybody. And then we're going to be doing our usual Saturday night Cozy Corner stream. And then that's it for this week, because next week, as I said at the beginning, I am taking a part in the A Day Off Twitch campaign and the Twitch Do Better campaign. We don't stream on this channel on Wednesdays, so for me personally, to feel like it's more of an impact, I'm blacking out my entire week instead.
Show them that they can't mess with us.
So next week we will not be on air at all. We're not going to host anybody. We're not going to do anything. And honestly, I really highly encourage anyone who's in chat tonight, really think about it. About if you're a streamer, please consider taking part in A Day Off Twitch. If you're a viewer, I highly encourage you on September 1st to just not engage with the platform at all. Don't go into any streams. Don't just let's deny Twitch as much of their analytical data and profits as we can, one way or the other. Because with hate raids being just uncountered, the amount of bullshit that has happened, people that have been targeted, death threats, doxing, all of it, and Twitch just doesn't care. They don't give a shit. And so, like, Twitch needs to do better, and that's what that whole thing is about. So next week we are dark completely. Like, I know I will not be engaging with this platform at all that entire week. So, like, that's where we're at for that. Sorry to end on like a little bit of like a grr note, but like it's highly important to me. Like, it's absolutely highly important to me. I do have a couple other things. I would recommend everybody stick around for the raid for at least like just, I don't know, like 5 to 10 minutes if you can't make it too much. Just we'll give some people some love, some emotes, and we'll have a good time. Cannot support this enough. I appreciate it, Holland. I really do. One more thing before we start our raid for the night. I have a couple thank yous I want to give out. I want to thank Nefnaps, who followed us at the beginning of today's stream. I want to thank It's So Callie, who followed us a couple days ago while we were off air. Dr. Bright 1620, thank you as well for your follow a few days ago off air, as well as Lepoli. Thank you again, Bot125, for your follow earlier. We are having a great time here, despite some of the dire circumstances we've talked about, and I look forward to being able to continue the rest of the week with you guys. We are going to raid... who haven't we raided in a while? We're going to raid Awoken Queen, who is playing some Destiny 2. We are going to go raid Awoken Queen. She's playing some Destiny 2, so that'll be a fun little transition tonight. Let's just, like I said, let's just send her some hearts, hype, emotes, everything we can. Let's just have a great little time tonight, great little raid. And I will see you all on Thursday, again at 6 p.m. Central. My lovely little flames, you have a wonderful night. Let's go.